The streets of Dhaka are no stranger to the rumble of tanks. The echoes of military boots and the sight of armored vehicles have become an all too familiar scene in the city's history. On date of most recent coup, Bangladesh woke to the familiar sight of military fatigues and guns, a stark reminder of its turbulent past. The early morning calm was shattered by the sounds of military orders and the sight of soldiers taking positions. This event was not an isolated incident, but rather a continuation of a pattern that has haunted the nation for decades. The ghosts of previous coups linger in the collective memory. The aftermath was immediate: curfews, internet shutdowns, and a wave of anxiety sweeping across the nation. People huddled in their homes, glued to their screens, seeking information and reassurance. This wasn't Bangladesh's first brush with military intervention. The nation has a long history of military involvement in its politics, each intervention leaving a deep scar. The ghosts of 1975, 1982, and 1991 loomed large, each date etched in the national memory as a stark reminder of coups that shook the foundation of the newly formed nation. These events have shaped the political landscape and the psyche of the people. Each coup brought with it a period of uncertainty and fear, but also a resilience that has defined the spirit of Bangladesh. The people have always found a way to rise from the ashes, determined to reclaim their democracy. However, 2024 is not 1975. The Bangladesh of today is vastly different from the past. It is a nation that has grown and evolved, learning from its history. Bangladesh today is a different beast, economically vibrant, globally connected, and with a population deeply invested in the promise of democracy. The bustling markets and thriving businesses are a testament to the nation's progress. The world watches with bated breath, wondering if this coup will follow the blueprint of its predecessors, or if Bangladesh is poised to chart a new course. The international community is keenly observing, hoping for a peaceful resolution. The global community, wary of democratic backsliding, has raised concerns. Leaders from around the world have voiced their support for the democratic process in Bangladesh, urging for a return to civilian rule. The shadow of Myanmar's recent coup, where the military junta tightened its grip, serves as a chilling example. The fear is that Bangladesh might follow a similar path, leading to prolonged instability. Yet to simply draw parallels with global examples of military takeovers would be a disservice to the complexities of Bangladesh's narrative. The country's unique history and cultural context must be considered. To understand the future of Bangladesh under military rule, one must delve into its past, examining the unique factors that have shaped the relationship between the barracks and the ballot box. The interplay of military and civilian power has always been intricate. This requires understanding Bangladesh's unique history, the internal dynamics of its army, and the global forces that influence civil-military relations. The story of Bangladesh is one of resilience and hope, even in the face of adversity. This requires understanding Bangladesh's unique history, the internal dynamics of its army, and the global forces that influence civil-military relations. The internal dynamics of its army, the motivations and ambitions of its leaders, and the role of the military in society are all crucial elements, and the global forces that influence civil-military relations. The international community's stance, the geopolitical interests, and the diplomatic pressures all play a part in shaping the future of Bangladesh. Bangladesh's situation does not exist in a vacuum. It is part of a larger global pattern where the military often steps into the political arena, sometimes with devastating consequences. The world, unfortunately, offers a plethora of examples where the military has seized power, disrupting the democratic process and leading to periods of instability and unrest. In recent years, from the sands of the Sahel to the dense jungles of Southeast Asia, coups have become a disturbingly familiar headline. These events often lead to significant turmoil and suffering for the civilian population. Each case, while sharing the common thread of military intervention, is woven with its unique set of circumstances. The motivations, outcomes, and impacts of these interventions vary widely, reflecting the complex nature of political power struggles. In Myanmar, the military junta's iron grip on power has plunged the nation into chaos, with widespread human rights abuses and a brutal crackdown on dissent. The people of Myanmar have faced severe repression and violence as they struggle for their rights. The generals, having tasted absolute power, seem unwilling to relinquish control, plunging the nation into further darkness. Their actions have led to international condemnation and calls for restoration of democracy. Thailand, a country familiar with coups, witnessed yet another military takeover in 2014, the latest in a long line of interventions that have hampered its democratic progress. The repeated disruptions have left a lasting impact on the country's political landscape. Then there's the cautionary tale of Pakistan, a country where the military has been a dominant force since its inception. The military's influence has shaped the nation's political and social fabric in profound ways. The men in khaki have repeatedly intervened in Pakistani politics, often justifying their actions as necessary to restore order or protect national interests. These interventions have often led to periods of authoritarian rule and suppression of political freedoms. The legacy of military rule in Pakistan is a sobering reminder of the dangers of unchecked military power. The country's history serves as a cautionary tale for other nations grappling with similar issues. However, Bangladesh's situation differs significantly. The country has managed to navigate its political challenges with a different approach, avoiding the pitfalls of prolonged military rule. Unlike many nations currently under military rule, Bangladesh boasts a history of relatively successful democratic transitions. The peaceful transfer of power has been a hallmark of its political landscape. The army, while a powerful institution, has not exhibited the same insatiable appetite for power as its counterparts in some other nations. Instead, it has often played a supportive role in times of crisis, such as during natural disasters. This difference in institutional character, coupled with Bangladesh's unique socio-political landscape, suggests that the current situation might unfold differently. The resilience and determination of its people, along with a commitment to democratic principles, offer hope for a stable and prosperous future. To understand the present, we must turn back the pages of history. The past holds the key to the complexities of our current times, revealing the roots of our struggles and triumphs. The period between 1975 and 1991 was a tumultuous one for Bangladesh, marred by political assassinations, coups, and the rise of military dictatorships. This era was a defining chapter in the nation's history, shaping its political landscape for years to come. The assassination of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, the father of the nation in 1975, plunged the nation into chaos. His death left a void that was quickly filled by power-hungry factions, each vying for control. The fragile democracy, still finding its feet, was easy prey for ambitious military men. The young nation, barely 4 years old, was thrust into a period of uncertainty and instability. General Ziaur Rahman emerged from the shadows, seizing power in a coup and ushering in an era of military rule that would last for over a decade. His rise to power marked the beginning of a new chapter in Bangladesh's political saga. Ziaur Rahman's rule, while marked by relative stability, saw the entrenchment of the military in the country's political fabric. His administration implemented various reforms, but the military's grip on power remained firm. However, the seeds of dissent were sown. The people, though subdued, began to voice their discontent, yearning for a return to democratic governance. The Bangladeshi people, having tasted freedom, yearned for a return to democratic rule. The spirit of democracy, though suppressed, was never extinguished. The fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989 and the subsequent wave of democratization that swept across the globe further fueled the pro-democracy movement in Bangladesh. The global shift towards democracy inspired the people to push harder for their own democratic rights. In 1990, facing mounting pressure from within and outside the country, General H.M. Ershad, who had seized power in 1982, was forced to step down, paving the way for the restoration of democracy. The people's relentless struggle finally bore fruit. This period, while marked by military dominance, also highlighted the inherent desire for democratic governance within Bangladeshi society. The resilience and determination of the people were evident as they celebrated the return to democracy. The memory of this struggle for democracy continues to shape the nation's political consciousness. Today, as Bangladesh navigates its political journey, the lessons from this era serve as a reminder of the enduring power of the people's will.